Yes, Belize and Broad, welcome back to the night show. Once again, I am your host, Jacob Diggz, and we're live here with RAs Indio. Now, Indio, before we actually went to the break, you were speaking about, which is I had a lot of reggae artists talk about Africa and Mamaland, and they don't. I know a lot of people ain't really been there because it ain't. Believe it or not, it's not that easy to get to Africa.
No, it's cost a lot of money. Yeah, that's the first thing they put in our road was like the long flight and the long, the amount of money it costs to fly. But we managed to accomplish that mission. We're going through Egypt. It was cheaper to go through Egypt, so we actually went through Spain and then went through Egypt. Checked out the Red Sea, checked out Mount Sinai where they say Moses read the 10 Commandments. All these places we went to go,
the Red Sea and all that.
Yeah, just like feel it out. And then from there we took a flight over to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, where we spent a couple of weeks, and then went to Shashamane. So it was a blessing, just to be in the whole vein of Africa and to get people approach you like, Salam no. Okay. Because when I'm walking through there now,
salam no mean?
That means it's a greeting. It's like hello, blessing.
Okay.
And they always expect me to be Ethiopian, or even when I was in Egypt, they say salam. Thing is, no.
The impression that you're already there.
The minute I open my mouth and talk, they're like, oh, Jamaica. And I have to stop them again and say, no, Belize, right? And they're like, well, where the hell is Belize? Just like the shirt says, there's a shirt that says that. No, that's to show you how powerful Jamaica has created themselves to be just through music. Because Bob Marley alone spread across the entire globe. So now wherever I go, no matter if it's a Spanish-speaking place, Japanese, no matter where I go, people identify me with that culture of Rasta through music, you understand? But when I did tell them now I'm from Belize and they still try to scratch their head, they usually just look at me and say, well, welcome home. And that was the vibes in Africa. So I felt at home. And I met a lot of people who said, I could go anywhere in the world, but this is the one place I know I could walk around and say, this is my home. You understand? So it's a certain pride and a certain proudness you end up feeling from going to Africa, at least for me it was. And to come back to Belize and to see that we live the same way and to see the same facial features of a lot of us. And I realized, wow, we definitely come from that root. You understand? Regardless of what we've been through along the journey and the mixing and the different, now we're a melting pot of races, but we come from one root. You understand? When I went to Jamaica, it was the same thing again. It's the exact identical, only because we talk a little different.
Okay.
And the same thing in St. Croix, and it's the same thing in Trinidad and the entire Caribbean, and even places we consider to be completely Spanish, like Honduras and these places. They are just like us. There you meet black African-looking people who speak Spanish. You understand? So we have to know our roots, and that's why I glorify what I glorify. While I was in Jamaica, I did a song with Fantan Moja. We're going to be releasing that really, really soon, all right?
Okay, so that's one of the new releases that's coming out for you.
Wait till you hear that tune. I already leaked it to a couple DJs, so they will be squeezing it, hopefully, because the DJs, for some reason, they always act like my music don't exist, and I say that live right here on the TV for make them continue play. Play more music. If you want to play so much of one artist, then you have to include everybody. I remember one time we had 100% radio time. When I say that, it never was 100%, but you know what I mean, right? As a Belizean artist, I used to feel that my music used to be played on the radio.
Okay.
But more and more, you understand, it's like they only want to play new stuff. Okay. So if you're not putting out something brand new, a lot of the times you fade away,
and that's a good thing that you brought that up, because
That's even in Jamaica, not to cut you off, in Jamaica it's the same way. We don't hear about Turbulence, we don't hear about Loot and Fire, we don't hear about Fantan Moja, we don't hear about Queen Ifrica. How many artists we know that were huge at one time who we don't hear about because the immediate radio DJs only play the new stuff and the stuff they think is on the charts. So, and then they're competing against each other to show who has the newest stuff,
Okay.
When really they can make any song a hit.
Okay.
It's not for cut you off. Go
Yes,
ahead.
man. So, it's pretty much speaking of what you were saying as far as Jamaica is concerned and the different roots is concerned. And I believe that's definitely what you told me took place when you came back from Africa, is that understanding and that awareness of who you are as an individual.
And who we are
and how
as a
it
people.
actually reflects throughout the nation.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of Spanish speaking, you actually went to Chetumal, which is our neighboring country in Mexico.
Yes.
And you did a concert. And how was that experience?
One of a kind, just like the last album I released. There's an album on iTunes called One of a Kind, special for the ladies. Just a little quick promo. Okay. So the reality is, I went over to Chet and they invited us over. They hit me on my website. Okay. The message came through my website. And it showed, because whenever I get emails from my website, it shows that it came from the website. And that's because someone was Googling reggae in Belize, and they found me, and they decided to message me the website, and it came through the emails. And when we got the message, it was saying, you know, we love your music, and we're having a reggae festival in Chetomal, and it blew my mind because I'm thinking, wow, right over the border, people go to Chetomal. If you go to McDonald's, you know, and Burger King, you know. So Belizean culture, we want to go over there, go experience the things about Chetomal. But now I was able to invite Belizeans out for a festival. This was 2015 September.
Okay.
Oh, no, August.
Okay.
August 2015. And I took the Tribal Vibes band, which is my father's band, big up Brother David again, and they came and backed me up with a lot of energy, and we enjoyed ourselves. We're going to perform about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the place was full of people, as you can see on the clip. And yeah, it was an amazing treat to see so many Spanish-speaking people loving reggae music. And even though they can't speak English, by the time I taught them the chorus, because you know, when I go on stage, I teach people things by the time I come off, you know?
Okay.
So by the time I taught them like a song like, chant them down, chant them down, chant down the walls of Babylon, make me hear when I say,
chant them down.
All right.
All right, all right.
You know, youths have Jahir and Zaire and Zaim in the studio. I think they may help me just now.
Okay.
But yeah, man, we're live and direct in Chetomal. And the vibes was great. Kimani Marley was on the show. Alika from Argentina, Google her, is a huge empress. And we have a song that we're going to work on real soon. We've been meeting a lot. We used to be backed up by the same band, Quinto Sol in California.
Okay.
This was back in early 2000s. I was on a few festivals there in California.
Okay.
And the one band, Quinto Sol, backed me and Alika. You know, so that's how we got our vibes. And now, you know, the vibes is great. Just Google her, you'll see Alika. She's an amazing artist. And Fidel was another artist. So it was a blessing to be a Belizean artist on such a wonderful festival.
Man, that's big, that's big.
The next year, they brought back another Belizean artist, and it was Tanya Carter. Okay. So I was happy to see that, you know, we broke down that door, and now we open it up, and now we have Belizean artists
wonderful,
can go and
wonderful.
represent.
Like to hear that.
The next highlight was the Guatemalan, though, because, you know, a lot of things with Belize and Guatemala, oh, we not go there. In fact, when I was going on the trip, somebody stopped me at the border and said, boy, be careful over there, you know, this and that. Went over to Petén and got the most love I ever got in Central America when it comes to the audience and the reggae music. Okay. It's all on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and search RAs Indio Petén, you'll find it. Okay. And you'll see the clips of the people. Thousands of people come out to enjoy reggae music. It's amazing.
All right.
You know?
All right. Well, Ras, I mean, I heard a lot of what's going on in the past as far as music goes.
Yes,
tell me about what's going on in the future. What's next for RAs Indio as music artist and music talent, like accomplishment?
More fire blaze! You know, don't know. We have a lot of fire for blaze, but a lot of people tell me, Indio, when you start burning this fire? They're like, damn, the fire can't out. No, the fire will never out. Cable time never, fire never out. So I don't intend for the fire to out, but we have done a couple different things. We switched up the vibes. I have one special for the ladies coming soon. Like I said, I just did a project just for the ladies. Okay. Songs like, there's something about this girl, she makes me feel complete. Searched all around the world, and no one could I ever compete. There is something about this. You don't know? They know all the tunes. So yeah, that was a special, that song, I mean, that album is also online. Okay. Remember now, not to cut you off, brand new stuff. This is the card. It's a download card. It's right here. It's called Love You Mama.
That's how your music is being displayed now.
That's why I kind of switched up just now. We have CDs, and we give away CDs like cards now, you know, because people don't really listen to CDs. You can pop it in your vehicle, and yeah, people listen to it there. But most of the time in your home, people are now listening to flash drives. And I have a big up Burn, because he beat me to it. Respect to the man. We always, me and Burn, we always coming up with new stuff. Like when I did the calendars, he was like, wow, you did a calendar. You know, remember 2013, we released a full calendar.
Yes, I remember.
And we have yet to release another. And of course, finance is a thing, you know. We could only put money into so many different things. So when we had the t-shirts, the RAS Indio t-shirts going, you know, so much investment in that. Okay. Then you had the calendars, so much investment in that. Okay. Then you have flyers, and you have so many different aspects. So unless you have that management or that team or that investor, I should say, like a record label would have. Now remember, we created Indigenous Productions. Okay, which is your record company. So that backs everything, and I usually have the music and the shirts just turn right over, and you know, unless we do get an extra special sponsor, which we still are always looking for. Because the music, I can create it, and I can create great songs, but sometimes you need extra people involved to help push it out there. You understand? So big up all the new artists them who are rising. Stig, Casanova, TY Music, Phoebe, my little
glad
brother.
you mentioned that, because you seem like you just jumped into my next question prior to what
No, I'm thinking, my brain is going.
What I was going to ask you is, like, seeing what you've experienced, like, what do you feel, or where do you feel the industry or the culture, art, entertainment
It's evolving.
Of Belize is going right now?
Yeah, it's evolving. It's definitely evolving. And what I want the mass majority to realize is that, you know, I always want to sound the same.
Okay.
All right, the broke down and thing where we used to dance and enjoy back in the past, it's kind of, you know, not saying it will fade away, but it will be incorporated in a new sound and be delivered in a new way. You understand? Yeah. Because technology is growing. I mean, the videos we did, remember the summer vibes that we did?
Okay.
All right, it was great, but it just, okay, now you have Stig releasing a song like Replay, and it has the same vibes, the same ambience and everything, but with the drone flying around you and with all these great, you know, everything is enhancing. Just like the music and the quality of the music. We have a big up man like Deddy, who is also the producer of this song, Love You Mama, all right? So that, and it's 3-4 years ago we released this. So it's not like Deddy stopped work. You know, Deddy, he shift around, everything that Deddy touched to me is a hit. And I have to respect him and big him up for that, because he touched everybody's project and blow it up.
Big up Deddy on the big.
You dig? Ernestine, same way again. She come from way back there, Wesley High, when I remember when her and her mom approached me. Elephant Man Show 2005. You understand? And look where she is now, the soca queen of Belize. You understand? So, and then, like I said, I keep working with new artists.
Okay.
I've collaborated with Fantan Moja. That song is called Slavery Days. It's not released yet, but we're going to start to leak it out slowly.
Speaking of new artists, you also...
I'm getting to that. Okay. Unlimited.
Okay.
No, what I want to tell them is that regardless of me collaborating with people like Fantan Moja and Luciano and all the artists I have collaborated with, I still willing. And I want the young artists to know, just hit me up. Facebook is there. I'm always online and stuff like that. I'm willing to work with anybody who wants to get more and more push. So we have a new song, Ready for Conquer, featuring Unlimited, one of the hottest new artists out of Belize City. And I know when I see drive in a person, and once I see drive in a person, I'm going to work with you. You understand? So big up Unlimited. And this song is actually the theme song of the movie, the boxer of the movie, Hogan, which is our Belizean boxer, who is battling against a Guatemalan boxer in a movie produced by TBZN, who is Farron Smith. They're all online, you could see it, and big them up because they do nothing but promote Belizean movements. Okay. You understand? And same way, Farron released this movie along with Josh Smith, and I went to the movie theater in Torrance, California, we were, and it was amazing to sit in a real live movie theater and to see
a Belizean movie
with my son starting the movie off and ending it off with the credits, you know, so that was amazing. So big up Unlimited, this song Ready for Conquer. We brought in a slight trailer for you. Peep it.
Ready, yo, we ready, yo. Ready for the battle and that's how we get it up. Ready, yo, we ready, yo. Ready, yo, we ready. We conquer them, we conquer. We ready, we conquer them, we conquer. We conquer them, we conquer. We ready, we conquer them. We conquer them. Step in the ring with me gloves up, me and up, me chest up, me head up. So whenever you're ready, you go step up now. Me nah go drop, cause I just bless us up. You be all the way before he left you right. When we approach you and then quick, you never know that. Like they set me a the king and this a ring it and me show a champion. You better know that got the strength figure prove that, the skills figure show that. No matter what they tell you that. Oh yo, well it's the mighty Hogan. Yo, well it's the mighty Hogan.
We conquer them, ready for conquer. We conquer them, ready for conquer. That's how the tune, man.
Yeah. I like it. All right, cool. Now, I know you've influenced so much Belizean people, both nationally, both internationally, yes, because you moved around so much. You represented us I've seen stuff from Canada to, like you said, to Africa. Yes. But one of the influences that I know...
Don't make us start name stages about going
I know. But one of the influences that I know you influenced the most is your kids, you know. I know you had a picture with Tupac, you know. So tell me about that and how that picture came about. And also, how do you feel like you as an artist influence your own personal family?
Well, you know, the music is a long journey, and that's why they say music is life. Because, like, I've been living it ever since I was a little boy, about their ages. I used to fall asleep while my father used to rehearse in the back room, you understand? And I used to today, and I fall asleep under the keyboard stand while then I rehearse, not knowing that about 15 to 16 years later, I would be the official keyboard player for my dad's band, Tribal Vibes. And I did that for 3-4 years, all right? And then I branched out into RAs Indio. But during my young, growing up ages, me and my sister, I have to big her up now, Kenima Ira Obi, who is the CEO of New Generations. New Generations has been around for a while. It's been around before the Dog Pound really existed. Okay. Been around before Bone Thugs and Harmony really existed. You understand? And all those people right there I have met due to my sister being in the business and being around the whole. And you know, that's where we would meet all kind of artists. The Summer Jam is always held in Irvine in California. And I mean, yeah, Ghetto Boys, Nas, I mean, the list goes on of the people that I've met in my history. People don't know, you know, and Tupac was one of the greatest. You know, we actually met him at the Marcus Garvey School, which I attended as a youth. This is why I'm telling you, my life and my music is not just a fantasy.
It was reality.
It's exactly. If I had a camera on my shoulder the whole time and we write a book about it, you know, which I would love to do. So,
it'd be an amazing book.
But meeting Tupac was through my sister because we went to the Marcus Garvey School, and as that picture was taken, it's because we were standing while the students were giving us a presentation, and it was a remarkable presentation because they were presenting about their culture, which is definitely African based, because in Marcus Garvey you learn those things. That's why between ages 5 and 8 there's a picture of me with locks. Show it right now. See, that's on 1981 when I had my locks, and the original Belize flag. You know, 2 African men upon it, all right? None of it say nothing, because I love everyone and I strictly love for all humanity. But I just to watch how things change, you understand? So, again, meeting Tupac was a blessing.
Okay,
you
cool.
dig? And Snoop Dogg used to be a brethren of mine. Like, and I'm not going to say used to because he still is. You understand? Because we don't have the same circle anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, Daz, you know, people like Daz from the Dog Pound, these are people I used to talk to on a regular basis at one time in my life. Okay. See? So the history is great. And RAs Indio, I give thanks every day to be where I am right now in the music. And we have a long road more still to travel because now we're inspiring the youths. Not to say all of them will be singers and do what we do, but we have to find a way to show them. That's why they are here tonight with me, you know?
Okay, I'm glad about that.
Live in the interview room.
Yes.
You can bring them on screen if you want.
Yeah, nah, we couldn't do that. Yes, Belize, we are here with RAs Indio. Thank you for definitely being upon the show. Now, you actually have a new video that you have from Ethiopia and your experience on there. Tell me what the name of that video, because we're going to go into that video and we're going to come back with our final thoughts of the day with RAs Indio, as well as your boy Jacob Diggz. Tell me that video.
Psalm 1. Just like when you open up the Bible, boom, and you go to your Psalms, the first thing you see in Psalm is Psalm 1. And what it says, blessed is the ones who now go trod it in the counsel of the wicked one, yeah. And that's the truth. Psalm 1, right
Psalm
here
1, Belize.
on TNC. The Night Show.
Psalm 1.
Blessed is the ones who now go trod it in the counsel of the wicked one, yeah. For he will always be called and considered a righteous one, yeah. Blessed is the ones who now go trod it in the counsel of the wicked one, yeah. For he alone will be loved and protected by the Rasta man. King Selassie, I protect all of him children. Rastafari protect all of him children. Him will never lead without the wrong hill then. True is love and righteousness are we fulfillment. We are broke the warriors when you are build them. You sit down shall not kill, so why you kill them? More and more you want mislead the little children. Boy, with your dirty cup you will fill them. All of your nuclear weapons you same one build them. All of the guns and ammunition you build them. Tell me really what is the plan now for the children? Boy, it's like your move you just kill them. Hey, blessed is the ones who now go trod it in the counsel of the wicked one, yeah.